Hey, just wanted to make a quick video on just showing off my setup for my Pioneer mini split in my camper. So this is the camper. So you'll notice I barely have any headroom because I have my shoes on right now, but you know, I'm about 6'10", and this is one of the few travel trailers that actually fit me. Anyway, this works out pretty well. Just bought this a few weeks ago. I've tested it out at the lake, and I didn't have any issues driving it on the highway. Some people were complaining about like the outdoor unit potentially flying off or the copper lines loosening up or any issues like that. I didn't have any issues as long as you do it properly. But yeah, this is my setup here. I added some faux brick just so it doesn't look like a camper as much. But let me show you the setup outside. All right, here's the setup outside. Right now you can probably hear it running, but here's the outdoor unit. Basically, I took the comments from a lot of people on Facebook groups as well as articles online. I got the cover so that I can cover this up when I'm on the highways so that the fan doesn't explode at high speeds. And I didn't just use the bolts down here. I mean, I did add those, but I also have all these straps to make sure this isn't moving anywhere. And then the stand I bought on Amazon. I'll include a link in the description for that. Honestly, everything I bought here was basically bought on Amazon. I went with slightly smaller propane tanks, a gas station size, which is like the 20 instead of the 30. Anyway, I have those. Gives me a little room on top. I have the second level, and then I have the outdoor unit with the cover with some extra straps. And then I also bought an extra battery with additional straps. There's the copper line. I put some insulation wrap around it, and then I got some of this wrap from Menards. Put the cable down through there as well. And you'll notice it just comes back here and comes up along the side, right into the air handler on the other side. And I put a ridiculous amount of screws through this just so it wouldn't move while I was driving. Also, another thing is when I had to install the wiring to this, I had the wire start from the outdoor unit. It goes down and goes all the way to the back. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So that gray cord, basically I just had that, I pushed that up through the bottom there, and it goes through, you probably can't even see it. I'll go to the other side. Okay, so basically that cord I just showed you, it goes into the kitchen cabinet from underneath, and I've got all the wiring going into this box here. And I basically just disconnect the wiring from the existing AC because I didn't use the existing AC, and connected the wires to this circuit, and everything seemed to work just fine. Oh, my bad. Let me close that up. But yeah, that is my current setup. There's the air handler. Seems to be working great. Really haven't had any issues with it. Just made sure all the lines were covered so that, you know, when I'm driving on the highway, you don't have rocks or anything flying up and damaging anything. But I'll probably in the next like 6 months to a year, I'll make another video. But yeah, that's the setup. Basically, it took me a few weeks to get it figured out. At first, I got like a 220 volt, 240 volt version, like a Senville. And I didn't realize it wasn't compatible for my camper. So I switched it to a Pioneer 110, 120 volt. Sorry, I'm not like some electrical guru. I just know the basics. But yeah, that was compatible with the setup. I just pulled from this existing AC unit and plugged this in because the built-in ones, oh my gosh, they're so loud. You know, I like to, you can probably see right here, I have my musical instruments, and sometimes I like to record in the camper, and when that AC kicks on or that heating, it gets so loud, and I hate it. The mini split, you know, you can turn it on to whatever fan speed you want, and you don't really run into issues. It's just really quiet. Also, it's incredibly energy efficient. So I'm going to guess that even with this blowing all the time, I think my utility bill is going to be like $10, $20 a month. That's it. I'm basically using this whole setup as like an additional office or a weekend getaway. Also another thing, and I don't know, the view's not the prettiest. I'm trying to take out trash pretty soon, but that outdoor unit, it does stick up a little from the window, but when I was at the lake, honestly, it didn't really block the view that much. I was able to, see everything at the lake, and that wasn't really blocking a whole lot. So also one thing, you'll have to excuse my messed up hand. I had an accident recently, but another thing that's pretty cool about the remote with the mini split is I don't have this centralized in the camper. So to get it to be able to circulate throughout the room, what I do is I just take the remote and I'll just change the swing. So I'll just hit this, and basically it will just swing back and forth, kind of pushing the air back and forth throughout the room rather than just targeting the bed area. But yeah, that's my setup. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer in the comments section. Every camper's a little bit different, but I'll help where I can. Most of the products that I bought for my setup were mainly purchased on Amazon. So I'll include links in the description for the majority of what I bought. Make sure, like when it comes to tools and whatnot, just use the essentials. I didn't have really any special tools other than I forgot what it's called, the pump that you use to clean out the copper lines. You can either hire an HVAC installer to come and do that, or you can buy like a $100 to $200 pump, and that will, I guess, pump out the lines when you're first installing the mini split, and then you should be set. So yeah, I just watched some videos on how to install a Pioneer mini split, and it took maybe 1 or 2 hours, got it knocked out. The most complicated part was just trying to make sure that everything was nice and tight so that it's roadworthy. So anyway, thanks for watching.